What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here, you guys. Sorry that this video is late, but this is Abbott Elementary. This is season 4, episode 16, you guys. And this episode was titled Books. It was a funny episode. But before we get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Abbott Elementary, shall we? All right, you guys, so we see Gregory. So Gregory is filling in for the music teacher, right? And he's telling the kids that he wants to make a playlist with them, and they're gonna start with the oldies. So one little boy said, why don't we do In the Club by 50 Cent? I was like, wait a minute, that's considered, well, these are little kids, and to them it would be an oldie, right? But wow, and Greg was like, you should be listening to that. So a little girl said, Umbrella by Rihanna. I was like, damn, are we that old that these songs that we, because I mean, In the Club, I was in middle school when that song, I think I was in middle school when that song came out. I think I was. I was in middle school when that song came out, right? And then Umbrella, that is 2006, right? 2005, 2006. So I think it's 2005, '06. And I think I was in high school at that point. And then somebody said, a milli, a milli, a milli, a milli. I was like, that's '08. And '08, I was in college. I was like, oh my God, these kids. And they calling it oldies. And one of the little girl who was talking about Umbrella, she said, my mama, plays it while she's cleaning. And she's old. He's like, but your mom's in her 30s. She's like, she's old. I was like, oh my God. Not y'all think 30s is, it's so interesting because I, as a kid, yes, I did think that 30 was old. But as an adult, I look at 30, I'm like, that's not old. That's still very young, right? Neither here nor there. So we see as Ava went to the library and she returned a book. Barbara came in looking for a book for her class, and Ms. Inez was like, I can read to your class now that I have a little bit of free time, since we got Crystal over there who is volunteering. You guys know Crystal is the mom that got the word bitch tattooed across her chest, right? So Crystal calls herself a busy ass bitch. I was like, girl, you love that word bitch, don't you? So, but she also calls herself a Christian because there's this book about this wizard, and Crystal ain't feeling the book. I said, you're a Christian with the word bitch tattooed big as daylight across your chest? Okay. Very interesting, but okay. Whatever, Crystal. But Crystal wants this book removed, right? So then we see as Gary came in. So you guys remember, Gary is Melissa's ex that asked her to marry him, but she said no, right? So Gary told Melissa he's been avoiding her, but he lets her know that he is getting married and he invited her to the wedding. I was like, and Melissa said yes. I said, girl, why would you say yes to go to that wedding? But okay. Now, we see as Gregory, Janine, and Jacob are in the teacher's lounge, right? So Janine saw that Gregory was on LinkedIn, and Jacob was like, if you leave Abbott, we'll lose our sparkle. He said, I just need a second job. My rent is going up, and I got a girlfriend. And Janine was like, I don't cost, girlfriends don't cost a lot of money. She's like, I mean, compared to my last relationship, she's, oh, where she paid for everything with Tariq, right? So Melissa then talks about how, Barbara used to be a night school teacher and she used to be a car shark. And Jake was like, you told me that was the first time that you played that. She's like, yeah, I did. And she's just laughing. So we see Ava. So she went into the library because the book that Crystal wants removed, she's taking it out because Crystal has threatened to go to the PTA. And Barbara's like, why are you letting one parent dictate that? She said, because she's the VP of the PTA. I said, the VP of the PTA. Now, granted, I don't know nothing about the PTA because my mama was never part of the PTA. So I don't know if there's a VP of the a vice president of the PTA. If there is, you guys can tell me in the comment section. Now we see Janine. So Gregory walked by her classroom and she asked Gregory like, "How was the job search going?" Right? And he said, "Oh, it's going." He said, "But you got a little problem behind you." So you guys remember, she got the sole white kid in her class, right? So one of her students was braiding the white kid's hair, and she was like, "Leave his hair alone." She was like, "He's not even tender-headed." I cracked up when that little girl said, "He's not even tender-headed." So Gregory asked her, "What would you do if he was playing in your hair?" She said, "I'd smack him." I couldn't do nothing but laugh. When she said she'd smack him, I was like, "Well, baby, that's the same thing." Granted, they'll they will freely let you play in their hair. We won't let you freely play in our hair. We will not. We will smack the shit out of you. But I hollered. So Mr. Johnson came by and told Gregory, like, "Why don't you do rideshare?" And Gregory was like, "I have a master's degree. I am overqualified for that." I was like, "Ooh, bougie, 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 bougie." Like, I have a bachelor's degree and I do rideshare. Like, I have no problem admitting I have a bachelor's degree. I do Uber Eats on the side. It is good money. It is quick. Like, I can get out there, make quick money in no time, right? Hell, I mean, sometimes I make a little bit more than, like, in a week, I've sometimes made more in a, like, if I take a vacation and I drive that week that I'm on vacation, I sometimes make more than what my paycheck be in a week. Like, I have gotten close. Like, I have, like, if I divide up how much I make a week on my check, I've made I've made that and probably more. Like, I can make anywhere between, because my typical goal is to make at least $100 a night. Sometimes sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. But I mean, there's been weeks where I've made over 1,000. There's been weeks where I've made over $1,000 in a week. So don't look your nose. All right, you guys. So yeah, Gregory, don't look your nose down at rideshare. It's money, and it's sometimes so don't look at, especially with you being a teacher, and we know that teachers are, damn it. Oh, this is just gonna piss me off. Don't look your nose down. Here's the thing, Gregory. Don't look your nose down at rideshare. I mean, we know that teachers are undervalued, underpaid, but yeah, don't look your nose down at it, Gregory. That's all I'm gonna say to you, my good boy. So even Mr. Johnson said, "You need money, don't you?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Exactly. You need money, so don't look your nose down on something, right?" So we see as Jacob is talking to Melissa, and she's talking about the wedding. So she's saying that she's going to ask the captain, because, they're pretty casual with each other. I was like, "What is casual, Melissa?" But, we'll find out soon enough. So we see Tariq. So Tariq went to question Ava about why she's removing this wizard book, right? And she told him, "Watch your tone." He told her, "Put it back or she'll have a problem with him." He said, "Expecto no wayo." And she said, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said his son was excited to read to him that book to him at bedtime. I was with Barbara. Why are you going to bed before your son goes to bed? And y'all remember, this ain't his son. He said, I was thinking the same thing, like, shouldn't you be reading it to him to go to bed? And it's the other way around. So then he was like, "Okay, well, since Crystal can have a book removed, he wants the 48 laws of power." And I was like, "Oh my God, Tariq." So it was like, "You know what? I'll do my best to get the book back in there." So we see as Gregory is following up on applications, he applied for sign spinning, he applied at Top Golf. He ain't getting no bites, right? He even applied to be a blacksmith, but everybody is passing on him. I was like, "You might have to do that ride sharing, huh?" So Melissa called up the cap then to ask him to be her plus one to the wedding. He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to go with you because I already have plans to go to the symphony with another woman." And Melissa was like, "Another woman?" Now she trying to play it off cool, like she ain't upset about it. I was like, "Melissa, girl, your face said everything that I needed to know. Like, you ain't cool with that, right?" So we see as one of the students returned one of the books back to the library, and Crystal saw the book And she was like, wait a minute, I thought this book was banned. Why is this book back in this school? And she asked him, where'd you get that book from? So they have a little hidden section where the kids can get the books. I holler when Crystal found it. And so Tariq was also, she said, who put this up? Turns out it was Tariq that put it up, right? So Tariq and Crystal going back and forth with each other, and then ultimately Tariq and Crystal told Barbara and Ms. Inez them that they need to fix this situation. I was like, but this is something that y'all did. Like, this is, y'all are the parents, y'all are the ones that's fighting over. All right, you guys, so you may notice that the quality of the video is a little bit different because I had to switch phones because this one, I ain't got enough memory to record the videos in it, so it's a little different. Now, back to it. So, Crystal, like I said, Crystal and Tariq wants the teachers to basically figure out what to do. I was like, but this has been created by you guys, not the teachers, but okay, whatever. Like, whatever. So, Janine and Gregory were supposed to take couple glamour shots, but he said that he ain't gonna be able to do it because he got a second job, right? But he told her that he's working at a gym. I was like, Gregory, you're not working at a gym. You're doing rideshare. So, Barbara is talking to Jacob about Moses splitting the Red Sea. Y'all, I fucking hollered at that scene. It took me out. I couldn't do shit but laugh. Like, I couldn't do nothing but fucking laugh at that shit. I mean, I couldn't do nothing but laugh, you guys. I couldn't do nothing but laugh because it was hilarious to me. So Melissa came in, right? And Melissa is upset. And so they asking her why she upset. She told him, and Jacob was like, that is a lie, Melissa. And she said, well, the captain is going to the symphony with some slut. And Barbara was like, here's the thing, Melissa. Do you want him to see other people? She said, I guess not. She says, no, I don't want him seeing other women. So we see Ava in her office, and Ava is making a lamp, right? And so Brandon came in telling Ava that the library is closed. So we see as Ms. Inez locked down the library until they come up with a resolution about this book. So Ava told Ms. Inez, like, yo, I left my inhaler in there. And the other, she was like, you have asthma? I do too. She was like, girl, I was just lying. But you good? I holler. So Barbara and Ava were like, you know what we got to do? And they were like, what do we have to do? So they decided to call it a PTA meeting, right? Y'all, this PTA meeting had me hollering. So they vote. So you had some parents voting to get rid of the book. Some people voted to keep the book. It came out to be a tie. And Ava was like, you couldn't, to Jacob, because Jacob was taking a tally. And she was like, you couldn't say that it was a draw. Like, you couldn't say something else. Like, so then they start talking about what books they want banned. One parent wants Clifford the Big Red Dog banned. I said, what? Then he wants them to bring in a book from Steve Harvey. Then Tariq, we found out Tariq ordered the pizza, right? But the delivery guy won't come to the door. That is because it's Gregory, right? So he gave Janine his phone to get the food, right? So she's texting the delivery guy to bring her the food. He was like, you're gonna leave it on outside in the parking lot on the curb. She was like, no, it's cold out there. Like, bring it in. But he still don't want to bring it in, right? So Mr. Johnson told Janine to tell the guy that whoever the delivery guy is, he'll show him why he was dishonorably discharged from the Salvation Army. When that man said that, I said, I know you fucking lying to me. So then another parent wants to ban The Little Prince because it's French and it's promoting French values and French food sucks. Bitch, when I tell you I cracked up, you guys. So the delivery guy says he won't go past a certain street, and Janine and Jacob like, that's oddly specific. I was like, y'all don't realize that this person works at this school, that they know this area. So Mr. Johnson pulled the fire alarm. He pulled a fire alarm for Melissa so that way she can get the captain down there so that she can tell him that she wants to be exclusive with him, right? But when the fire alarm went off, Ava, when that girl got up screaming and running, do nothing but laugh at Ava. So we finally see that Gregory is the delivery driver. He's also doing rideshare as well. And so, Janine was like, but you lied to me. He was like, after saying how overqualified I was for the job, he just felt, he felt the way. And I was like, I get it. And he's also doing rideshare pool. So they ended up banning 34 books, but none of them was the Wizard Kid, right? So the captain came to the school. Him and Melissa talked. They decided that they are going to go from being casual to being exclusive with each other, right? And they also finally came to a decision on the book. And then at the end of the episode, we see as Ms. Inez is reading the book to the kids and Jacob. And the kids are like, can we go home? And like, shh, let her finish. It was a good episode, you guys. It was funny as hell to me. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Abbott Elementary down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.